Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 in May. How are you doing today? Hope all is well in your world. I have started the day early myself. I am drinking really interesting tea today. It's Darjeeling. Now this is a tea that I used to drink a lot, and for some reason I just haven't really picked it up again. But it's actually quite a nice tea. It's quite dark. It comes in apparently black, oolong, green and white, but it's mostly served as black tea. And it's a very kind of smoky floral, if that's possible, tea, which has got a really unique taste. It comes from a very specific place in India, West Bengal, and so it's a kind of special tea. And it's also called the champagne of tea. I think it used to be served like the British afternoon teas in India, and just has a sort of a quality about it, which is nice. So anyway, cup of Darjeeling tea this morning. So hope you've got something nice to drink. Maybe you prefer tea or coffee or smoothie, juice. Just get yourself relaxed and settle back for a bit. Just make this time your time in the morning where we talk about something, just one or two things that are of interest to women over 60, and hopefully we'll give you some ideas about how to get on with your day and maybe get a new perspective on something that that's just part of your everyday life. So I'm looking in my phone as I'm talking here, and I'm realizing that I'm really sparkling. But I bought this little necklace this weekend at our recycling place. I walked in there. I got there quite early because I was donating a lot of clothes myself, things that I'd cleaned out. And I saw this necklace, and it was 6 francs, which is about maybe $7, and it was so sweet. It's actually quite heavy, and you see it's got like little blue and purple. This is actually green, but it's shimmering. So, which is actually, all this is quite relevant to the conversation today, because it's about fashion and shopping, and what shopping really is these days. Is it about quality or quantity, or what is it? What made me pick this little necklace up? What story was it telling? What was it saying about my personality and about me? And, when I think about shopping, maybe some of us are a little bored with it. We've been doing it for 50 years on our own. And, maybe it's something different to us now. And perhaps we are feeling defined by what a 60-year-old woman is supposed to wear or is expected to wear. And one of our bloggers, Andrea Flomer, wrote about this, and the question she posed was, do we really need more clothes? And or what is it about the shopping process that is important to us? And it's kind of funny when you think about all the problems that are in the world right now. To be talking about clothes is kind of a first world problem, but it's kind of interesting. And I think most of us are people who like to either shop or adorn our home or our lives with things. We're in a consumer world, unless you're living in a community off the beaten track, which maybe some of you are, where that's not such a big issue. But anyway, I think that it's kind of fun just to talk about fashion and beauty and why it's important to us, to some of us. Now, the fashion industry doesn't really care. They still haven't figured out that we have got money to spend, and we've got a desire to look nice and feel good, but they still don't really produce clothing, I think, that is fun for older, in quotes, women. And a lot of the clothes today are quite synthetic and kind of mass-produced and cheap, and that's cheap in quotes. Doesn't matter how much they cost. It's really to do with the quality of the product. So I think in general, clothing today matches our temporary lifestyle and this kind of sense that, it's clothing is just one more passing thing. But I think a lot of women in our 60s really do look at clothes beyond that. And we see that, it's reflective of more than just how we physically appear on the outside. It's got something to do with how we're the story that we're telling. For me, shopping and buying fun things is a joyful experience. I'm all about bringing joy and, magnificence and beauty into my life wherever I can, at whatever price I can afford. And I know I can't go out and buy diamonds now, but it doesn't matter. This to me is just, these are my diamonds and I love them. And I think it's this desire for expression and connection And just telling who we are by the way that we dress, that is important. Do we care about being fashionable? I don't think so as much. Do you? I think we're more bohemian in many ways. We like to put things together where each piece tells a story. We may start with a classic black or navy or blue or brown dress, and then accentuate that. I wear a lot of pink. I wear purple, teal blues. Those are my colors, and maybe you've got the same. Now, Andrea actually puts a nice quote in her article, and it's basically every time we get dressed, we tell a story about ourselves. So the question really, is what's your story? What is the story that you're trying to tell with your fashion? And if you're looking at yourself this morning in the mirror and thinking, ooh, that looks a bit ordinary or boring, or that isn't really me, if it just needs a scarf or it needs some jewels or something to make it sparkle and say who you really are, then go for it. Leave your comfort zone behind. Andrea's advice, just go for an acceptance of that. Change is inevitable in life, and you've changed as much as the clothing that's on in your closet. Maybe it's a reboot time, and it's a way to, in her opinion, step out of our complacency, about how we look, how we project ourselves to the world. And I think it's kind of cool. We all love the clothes that we've accumulated over the years. You'll have a time, we bought this dress for a party. We bought this for a wedding of a friend or for our own celebration. We bought it for a job interview or to celebrate, some milestone in our lives. And in a way, these clothes connect us with the changing world. And they, if we just don't go to the same things every day in our wardrobe, and we pull out something that was like, oh wow, I remember when I wore that, and all the feelings that went with it, all the emotion, all the memories, go for it. And as Andrea says, fashion helps to change our brain. It actually helps us to see the world differently. And I like that. I kind of like that. It should be fun. And I think that what she says is kind of cool is that, it's not about quantity as much as it is quality. And that each piece we have is kind of a reflection of our true self, of our true you. Shift from thinking about your wardrobe as a measure of mortality and seeing it as an expression of your creative, ever-changing, ever-evolving, beautiful self. And that's kind of a cool way of looking at fashion. So, I guess a couple of questions. Do you like to shop? It's the shopping season. Do you like to get out there and shop? And why? Why do you like it or not like it? Do you find fashion as exciting and interesting as you ever have? Do you look for clothes that are today maybe more expressive of a part of you that people don't see? It's easy to put something on that people can see. But is there something that you can put on your clothes, or a scarf, or like a piece of jewelry, something that says something about the inner you? So I want to close with those questions, but I honestly, as I was thinking this article through this morning, and what I wanted to share with you, I thought, okay, Andrea asks, is it about quality or quantity? For me, it's quality, but there's one thing that I have in my collection, besides my necklaces, which I agree are pretty much excessive, but they're all really fun and, I think, in my opinion, not too expensive, all mostly under $20. I never buy a lot of expensive stuff anymore, but I do have one item that I have tons of, and that is, ta-da, okay, I'm going to get them here for you, my berets. Okay, I love hats, I love berets, I always have, so I've got purple. I have got a beautiful teal blue that I just purchased this one. This is my latest one. I have kind of a maroon colored one, which I really like. This is pretty. I wear that in the winter months. I have my black, my classic black, my black beret. I have a purple, which goes with all my purple treasures. I have my sparkly one that I wear in the holidays or just whenever. This is kind of a fun one. I do like this one. And then I have my pink one. I've had my pink one for so long, I don't even know when I bought it, but I love it. And I saw all these hats are, yes, they're quantity, they're excessive, they're more than I need. Who needs 7 hats? I probably at one point had 20. I did get through a lot of them to give them away, but these are my favorites and I'm going to keep them and love them. And I hope that you have something like that in your wardrobe too. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. I'm going to go out for a walk shortly. I hope you're going to do the same. But tell me, do you like to shop? Are you willing to experiment a bit with things that are out of your comfort zone? Have a fabulous day, everyone. If you're going to go shopping, go have fun. I'm going to put my beret on and I'm going to wish you all a happy day. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye-bye for now.